Bill O'Reilly here. Welcome to the No Spin News, Tuesday, May 30th, 2023. Stand up for your country. We have two big stories to tell you about tonight, in addition to all the other stuff we always do. But these two stories are important to your life. Number one, backlash against the woke movement, and it's about time, is it not? And number two, the debt ceiling, which affects all of us, and I'm going to explain that in my usual methodical way, and that is the subject of the Talking Points Memo. Number one, Speaker Kevin McCarthy is a smart guy. He's playing the long game. This is not being reported anywhere, but I will explain it to you. So McCarthy understands the big picture. When you have a divided Congress, the Senate Democrat, the House Republican, it's very difficult to get anything passed and not vetoed by the president, who's a Democrat, Joe Biden. So McCarthy sees that. So he's playing for time, hoping that in 2024, there will be a landslide for Republicans because America is in trouble. That's McCarthy's mindset, and it's very important you understand that. Joe Biden's mindset, the president, he's just trying to survive. And both McCarthy and Biden know if a debt ceiling agreement that is raising the debt so America can pay its bills, if that agreement is not reached, the economy will be hurt. And there'll be more inflation, there'll be more unemployment, and that's not good for Biden at all, and it's not good for Republicans because they'll get blamed by the media. So I hope we all have the big picture here. There's a vested interest on the part of the Republicans and the Democrats to get this deal done. Okay. So on Saturday, May 27th, a deal was reached. And the deal basically is over the phone. McCarthy is manning his phone with his aides. And, it's on speaker. I don't even know if Biden was involved. It's Biden's people that were doing it. Biden might have been there. They might have hooked him into where he was up in Maryland, but I don't know. Okay? So they reached a deal verbally, and I'm sure there was some notes and all of that. Tomorrow, the Senate will consider this, and the House Rules Committee today is preparing a floor debate. So it's in motion. Now, I have predicted, as you know, that this will happen. All right? Could be wrong, but I don't think so. There's a lot of power behind getting this deal. Now, the downside to you and me and every American is that it raises the national debt for 2 years about $4 trillion, $3.8 trillion. And the government's spending far too much money, which is fueling inflation and eroding confidence in the U.S. dollar and our economy. And this has been going on. Trump did it. And then it hit COVID, just blew it right out of the water. But now the Democrats and Biden don't want to cut anything. They want to continue to spend. Why? Because spending buys votes. Okay, that's why. It's as simple as that. We'll give you, give you, give you, give you. That's the Democratic Party's platform. That's it. They don't have anything else. They're woke and they want to give people free stuff. Republicans want to bring government spending down. Okay? And so this bill, I'm not going to go over all of it, but it keeps government spending essentially flat for 2 years until the 2024 election. There's a little bit of growth, but not much. So they're treading water. But because we spend so much money and it outgains any tax receipts, the debt keeps going up. But McCarthy got it suppressed so there's no new spending outside of defense. It's a good thing, okay? And I'll just give you one example. In order to get federal benefits, you have to look for a job up to age 54. Now it's 49, so they got that in there. If you want to know the specifics, the Wall Street Journal lead editorial today goes down the specifics and recommends the deal be passed. And they're pretty good over at the Journal, I think. So they'll give you the specifics. Now, the zealots on both sides don't want this at all. Roll the tape.
In fact, a lot of us wanted far more spending cuts than we have. So for him to claim victory and gut this bill that we had 218 votes is unacceptable.
This is an outrage. Republicans want to drive us over the cliff into default and catastrophe and cut off health care and Social Security payments and drive up interest rates so more people are homeless and hungry.
All right, so the first guy was Congressman Ralph Norman from South Carolina. Yeah, you had the 218 votes to cut the spending in the House, Congressman. Senate never would have done it. You know that. So what good is your 218 votes in the House? Senate's not going to do it. And the other one, Jalapal from Washington State, is just a loon. I mean, she's a socialist, communist. All right, give everybody everything free. There's a reason why people are homeless, madam. There's a reason. Okay? So anyway, the zealots, they're not going to cooperate. And I'm saying to myself, do you not understand this is pretty much the best that McCarthy could get on the Republican side? And on the Democrat side, if you don't cooperate with Biden, I don't even think he's going to make it to 2024. That's how bad the economy will be affected. And every one of us will be affected by that. Do you not get that? You can't continue to spend in a crazy way, which we are. So, but, the extremists aren't looking out for you. I hope you understand that. They tell you what you want to hear, and some districts are so liberal or so conservative that they vote for these loons. But they're loons. They're not regular looking out for you politicians. They're all about ideology. I mean, to hear a guy like Norman say, well, we had 218 votes. Yeah, okay, but what good does it do you if it's not going to get through the Senate? And even if it did by some miracle, which it won't, Biden veto it. So you get nothing. Now you got something. And hopefully, and I'm saying this, I'm not a partisan, as you know, hopefully Americans will come to their senses in 2024 and throw this incompetent administration and Democrat Party out so that Republicans are in control across the board. Then you can cut. Then the liberal Democrats can't stop you. But you crash the economy now, that's going to throw everything into chaos. All right, do we have it? I hope we have it. And that's the memo. All right, President Biden scheduled today, didn't do anything. Took another day for Memorial Day weekend, I guess. Nothing. They don't even fake it anymore in the White House. They don't even put something on there like he talked to Larry in Spokane about something. They didn't even fake it. He just don't put anything up. More days than not, he's got nothing on his schedule. All right. Update on woke backlash. As I said, it's about time, right? So we pretty much broke this story on a national level. This Los Angeles Dodgers honoring at Gay Pride Night in June the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence, which is a Catholic Christian hate group. It's not just Catholics they hate Christians across the board. They have invaded churches. They have defiled the Eucharist on videotape. They have mocked Jesus and Mary. They couldn't be more extreme. Couldn't be. They're getting honored by the Los Angeles Dodgers. And the Los Angeles Times loves it. Loves it. Now, if the Proud Boys invaded a black Baptist church and defiled the Bible or whatever, you think the network news would ignore that? CBS, ABC, NBC did not cover this story in their nightly news. Didn't mention it. That's why we had to break it. So the corporate media is finished in this country. It's done on every level. There's no growth anywhere. And the recession in viewers and listeners is colossal, which is why you guys are here. Hey, you would be crazy not to use AMAC's Medicare Advisory Service if you're 65 or over. AMAC's Medicare Advisory Service is the conservative alternative to radical left companies like AARP. They offer free consultations with qualified Medicare experts who can answer all your Medicare questions, and I'm sure you have plenty. Even if you're already on Medicare, contact AMAC to see if you are overpaying for your current plan. There's no cost, no obligation to change plans, and no radical left agenda. Do business with people who have the same values you do, people you can trust. Forget the TV commercials and mailings advertising Medicare services. Go with a company that not only offers you dozens of Medicare choices, but also looks out for your interests without the woke nonsense. So please visit AMAC's Medicare Advisory Service at amac.us/trust. That's amac.us/TRUST trust. Let's go to the mail. Ivan Needy, Winchester, Virginia, America's Voice, is reporting Catholic charities at the border are getting paid by drug cartels to traffic humans. There is absolutely no evidence of that, Ivan. None. You go on the internet, you listen to these people. John Perkins, Southampton, New Jersey. I've been seeing a lot of warnings about the establishment of digital currency in July. Is this real? No. Okay. Again, you get floating on the internet. Andrew, concierge member, Andrew, thank you. Great column, God and Country. It's the name of my column. Okay, I hope you read it, as it highlights the importance of Judeo-Christian influence by placing it in proper historical perspective. And we do that in Killing the Witches. It's an unbelievable tale, by the way. James Patterson, Yokosuka, Japan. Bill, I want you to know that your broadcast is spot on most of the time. I believe most people see themselves as good. But if you criticize them, they take it as an attack, even if it's constructive criticism. It's not about issues, it's about self-value. You're right, James. In order to criticize another human being, you got to do it in a roundabout way, unless you want to make an enemy. So say things like, did you ever consider this? Or maybe this fact will change your mind. That kind of thing. And I'm glad you're watching in Japan. We are worldwide. Stephen Baldamenti, Seacliff, New York. As a gay Catholic man, I strongly protest the LA Dodgers re-inviting the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence to their gay pride night. Way to stand up, Stephen. Thank you. Catherine Valerio, Fairview, Pennsylvania. I appreciate all the good information about the airlines, Bill. I'm graduating from college at the age of 65. Way to go, Catherine. My grandson is coming to the graduation. I told my husband, don't book the ticket with the wrong airlines. Try to avoid JetBlue. Okay. Southwest, I don't know what's going on with them. I fly Delta if I can, and then American probably second, but American's got problems too. Doris Harlan, Medina, Ohio. I really enjoyed the article on Tina Turner that you put on BillO'Reilly.com. I agree she ended up with the life she deserved. Yeah, she had to make adjustments, that's for sure. Richard Dick, Murphy, North Carolina. You're so right about being in the moment. The other day I left my wallet on a shelf because I was thinking about something else. Thank God it was still there when I went back to get it. Listen, that's so, particularly if you got the machine in your hand and you're doing something, the urchins drive me crazy with that. But you got to stay in the moment or you're going to make mistakes. Ethan Sally, Ottawa, Illinois. I recently became a concierge member after seeing you on News Nation with Cuomo. I love that I have direct access to talk to you about whatever's on my mind. I also appreciate the fact that you reply in a timely manner, usually within 24 hours. It makes me feel important as a concierge member, and I got a free book and discounts on everything. I will be on Cuomo tonight on News Nation. I think we're going to talk about Biden, where his place in history is. You know, I think he's the second worst president next to James Buchanan. And I'm going to have something that's like show and tell for Cuomo to show him. But we may do this backlash against woke. Whatever it is, those News Nation, it's 8 o'clock. And then if you miss it at 8, if you're watching us or something, then you can tape it at 11 or whatever. But they're lively. It's worth your time to go to News Nation. Mary Ann Barrier, Huntington, West Virginia, just finished reading Killing the Killers. Once again, I couldn't stop reading. Very frightening and enlightening. I want to express my gratitude to our men and women in uniform who paid with their lives to protect us, several of whom you pointed out in your book. Yeah, I mean, we still, even in this troubled administration under President Biden, still have a very good overseas intelligence operation. And that gives me at least some comfort. FBI has fallen apart. And that's really disturbing because I wrote Killing the Mob, and Killing the Mob is a lot of FBI in there. It's gone. And this Christopher Wray, the head of the FBI, he's in trouble now. And we're going to zero in on that tomorrow. But overseas, we still have really good intel over there. Okay, Father's Day coming up. It's the 18th of June. And we have the best thing. $89.95, you get a premium membership for a year for dad or granddad. And you get all that stuff, all the Team Normal stuff. I don't even fit it in a box. So you get all of that and the year premium membership. You want to upgrade to concierge, we're happy to have you. And then if he's a reader, you get Killing the Legend and Killing the Mob together for $18. You're not going to get a better reading deal than that. And Killing Crazy Horse and the United States of Trump together for $18. This is all for Dad's Day, Father's Day, Granddad. Word of the day, no, dolosity. This is a great word. I've never heard it uttered. Dolosity, D-O-L-O-S-I-T-Y. When writing to me, bill@BillO'Reilly.com, bill@BillO'Reilly.com, name and town if you do wish to opine. Final thought in a moment. Bill O'Reilly here. Like most Americans, I'm trying to cut down on calories and sugar. That means no soda, iced tea, or fruit juice. Thankfully, I recently discovered this drink called Organic Trio. I swapped out high sugar drinks for Trio, and I feel much, much better. Each beverage is only 15 calories with 1 gram of sugar, and it tastes good. Trio is produced by the same family that developed Snapple. So it's no surprise they know how to make a great tasting drink. Trio's secret ingredient is water tapped directly from birch trees. It's plant-based, naturally sweet. Trio is caffeine-free, organic, kosher, vegan, and gluten-free. So please go check them out at drinktrio.com. Again, that's drinktrio.com. Now available nationwide at Walmart. All right, let's go to the final thought. So I got a letter from a concierge member. I'm sorry to read so many, but this is important. The letter is from Jane in Pennsylvania. It says, I'm a concierge member. I've read all your books. I'm looking forward to killing the witches. I'm currently in hospital with a heart condition, but I put the ordeal into the Lord's hands. You know, Jane, I'm going to say some prayers for you today. And we, of course, wish for your full recovery. But you're doing something emotionally and psychologically very important. This is why I'm using your letter in the final thought. If you cannot do anything about something, so Jane can't do anything about her heart condition at this point. She either has to heal through medical science and good doctors, or she's going to join the Lord. She can't do anything about it, other than to say, I'm at peace with my life, and whatever happens, happens. That takes a tremendous amount of angst and worry and everything. When you can't do anything, you've done everything you can. You leave it to the higher power, and if you don't believe in a higher power, you leave it to karma or fate. That is the final thought. Thank you for watching and listening to the No Spin News. We will see you tomorrow. Thank you for watching the No Spin News. To watch the full episode anytime on BillO'Reilly.com, please sign up to become a premium or concierge member. Visit BillO'Reilly.com to sign up and start watching today.